on Twitter have probably seen me asking about these and talking about these for the past couple messages, or what, well, not recent, but I want to thank actually Sean Long for showing me these. He did a video review of these, and I never knew they existed, at least not to this degree. But I never really looked for them. They are available only at Toys R Us. Well, some of them are, but very nice. As you can see, Sonic the Hedgehog. This is a 6-inch version of them. Nice looking packaging. You flip it over, and these are 3 characters that I've grown up loving forever. You had Super Mario Brothers with the Nintendo. Sonic the Hedgehog was the Sega Genesis version of them. You have Sonic, you have Tails, who is known for having 2 tails, and you have Knuckles, who appeared in the, I think it was the 4th game, Sonic and Knuckles, which I actually played. Maybe it wasn't the 4th game, maybe it was actually the 3rd game, and then they released Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I don't actually remember. Someone's probably going to tell me, so yay. Really nice looking packaging done by Jazzwares. So nothing too spectacular, but really nice looking. I really like it. Nice little Sonic up there. But let's get this guy open and see how cool he is. Okay, guys, so here we have the 6-inch Sonic the Hedgehog figure open up out of its packaging. And, you know, while I really like it, I also really dislike it. I don't even know. There's 2 fairly big problems. First of all, this is literally about the only pose that you can have him in. The reason behind that is there's a couple different reasons. He's a fairly nice looking figure. In terms of, I mean, it looks nice. I really like the way he looks. One thing though is his head. This is all solid. All of his weight is in his head. As you can see, very small body, but his head is very thick, very solid. If it was hollow, it would be almost better. But because of that, he's got also very weak legs, and now he's going to stand, but if you give it a minute, oh, there he goes. He'll eventually fall over. And I've noticed that I've had him out of his package now, actually for a while. The packaging section I filmed a few weeks ago, but it's really very unfortunate because this figure could be so much cooler. It really, really could be if his head was just hollow, I guess. Overall, though, nice detail. You get nice green eyes. One thing I kind of wish is maybe if they put a little detail on his mouth, because you can just see just a little slit there where his mouth is. Nice detailing on the back. You get the hair. I mean, he's a hedgehog. He also has it on his back, which is fairly nice. Articulation, you see his head can move. His arms can go. The arms can rotate. They're on a little straight peg joint. I don't even know what you call it. They move in and out. They bend at the shoulder, or they bend at the elbow. They rotate at the wrist, both sides. And then the legs, again, are the same kind of joint as this, except they got a feet. They're the exact same joint. In fact, it might even be the exact same length. They go back and forth. They rotate. But you do have to kind of finesse this a little bit to get him to pose. You can't ever have him pose like this, where he's straight on. You always have to have his head turned. And that's where you kind of have to twist it, because now his legs won't bend outward and then rotate. You have to put his legs in a completely unnatural position to get him to stand. So as you can see, I have his one leg bent, his knees bending this way, you know, which is not good for anything. And then he stands with his head turned, putting all of his weight on his back leg here. And I mean, it's I really want to like this figure. It's just very unfortunate that, I mean, you can just see his head is just so heavy. It's impossible to really pose him in any way. And that really kind of bums me out, because I do really like the figure. I really, really do. It's a very nice looking figure, and the 6-inch ones, or the 3 3/4 inch ones, which I'll also be reviewing, are very much the same way. They're too top heavy in the head. See, and I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get him back into the position that I had him in. It's just, I mean, you can see the trouble I'm having. Maybe if I twist it like this. I mean, you got to twist it into a way that's... Ugh. I can't stand them. And I don't even mean... I really want to like them, but you can't do anything with him. Really nice shoes. So, I mean, like I thanked Sean for pointing these out, and now I have to kind of take that back, because it really is, this is a waste of a figure. I mean, oh, there we go. Now if I leave him alone, well, there we go. And you can't really see him because he's kind of leaning forward a little bit. You can't have him positioned. Damn it. It's just so frustrating. It's so frustrating. And I every time I put him on my shelf, I don't know, I'll show you. I have my shelf. Oh, it's kind of dark. You see, I keep my Sonic figures right there, and he every single time I come into my office, he's fallen over. So I don't know a position to get him in. Come on. I mean, okay, there. He's standing, but oh, see, it's just a very bad design. Very bad design. I'm almost tempted to glue the legs into a completely permanent position. I mean, really, that might be the only thing I could think of doing. I mean, it's just so bad that it's extraordinarily disappointing. I can't even, I don't even know. I'm just sitting here. This whole video is just me trying to pose him. It's terrible. I'm sorry, guys. I know this is not a very good video at all, and I do thank you for sticking with me and watching it. I just don't get this. Do not get this figure at all. It's a terrible figure. Looks so cool, but then, like I said, you try to stand him up, and he just flops. So maybe if I if I lean him against the wall, he'll be fine. But so unless you have a wall that you can lean him against, I cannot recommend this figure at all. So sorry, guys. So here was a 8-minute video or whatever of me just trying to pose them, and as you can see, I couldn't do it. So thanks for tuning in. Until next time, I'll talk to you later.